With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
In this question, they have given us a graph showing the range of variation among population members for a trait determined by multiple genes. So, if it is determined by multiple genes, that is, if the trait is showing polygenic inheritance, then we can assume that this is going to be a continuous trait. By continuous trait, we mean a trait which is not in the form of two distinct choices. Instead, we are going to find it spread over a gradient or a range, such as the human height or the human skin color. It's not as if we have either the very dwarf or the very tall individuals. We have individuals of different heights, so it is a gradient, and we will call it a continuous trait. So they are showing the distribution of this trait in a particular population, and we can see that the frequency is the highest for the average value. This trait is not necessarily height or color, but over here we can see that the mean value has the highest frequency. But what are they saying? This population is subjected to disruptive selection for several generations. Then which of the following distribution are we going to see? So we have to select the correct graph from the given options. Now, by disruptive selection, they are referring to the natural selection process. We all know natural selection is a theory put forward by Darwin regarding the mechanism of organic evolution, and Darwin basically says that in any population we are going to find some variations. Obviously, the members of a population are going to differ from each other in many ways. They are not all exactly alike. And according to Darwin, these variations form the basis for evolution because the useful variations get preference in nature and their frequency is going to increase over the generations. So, when these changes are going to accumulate over a long period of time, they completely change the allele frequencies or the composition of a population. So Darwin says the useful variations which will increase the chances of survival or which will help the organism to adapt in its habitat, which will enhance its fitness, these are preferred by nature, and such individuals will increase in frequency. But obviously, the definition of fitness is not the same for every population or for every habitat. There are different types of traits which are going to be useful to some organisms and they are going to be useless or detrimental for the other organisms. So, the distribution of these variations is not always the same after natural selection, and here they are saying that disruptive selection is occurring. So, by disruptive selection we mean that the frequency of the mean value is the least and the frequency of the extreme value on either side of the mean value, that is for both the lesser and the higher level in the trait, is going to be more. So suppose here we are talking about the height of the individual. So if there is disruptive selection, after disruptive selection over a long period of time, we will see that the individuals of mean value are going to be less in frequency. So the people of average height are going to be less, and we are going to see that the very tall people and the dwarf people, both of them are going to increase in frequency. So the graph which represents the distribution or the composition of population after it has undergone disruptive selection is option C, where we can see the mean value has very less frequency, whereas on either side of the graph, on either side of the mean value, we have a peak or we have a higher frequency.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.